a wall, unless it's in like a corner or something. Because they'll stick out. They're like little teeth. They're small too. So they can't, I don't know, some of them I might be able to use in a wall. If I build a wall. I don't know about putting them outside though. I mean, that was a lot of work to pick that up just to put it outside on the ground. That's for like a garden at a really manicured place. It's taken care of, and they rake it and stuff like that. Keep it raked, and they plant flowers in it every spring, and they tend it. I've got some rocks. I don't do that. I mean, weeds grow around them and stuff like that. I might run the weed trimmer in there now and then, but I don't really do much with it. And I got a number of those specimens. I got quite a few. That one is kind of a nice one. And that one I cleaned up a bit. It kind of came out clean already. It already was kind of clean. But the other ones are dirty. And I'm going to have to take a hose or something and clean them up. Some of the small ones I can maybe clean up in a pan. Get an old pan and clean them up in that. See what they look like. I mean, I'll be curious to see what I got. The points, they just need rinsing off, the points. And even the clusters, the mine where I mined, the one that I did most of the mining, they look like they just need rinsing off. Maybe a little brushing. That other place, though, that's going to require some more extensive brushing. Might need iron. They might need iron out. I don't know. They didn't seem like they had that film on them though. So I may not have to use that iron out. There might be a little bit though. Like in between, I might have to. There might be some, but they're not all coated with the iron. But I sure got it on my hands. They look like they might be a little dingy though. I might have to do some iron out. But you can tell they're clear. Whereas that one that I bought, you couldn't tell what it was at all. You couldn't tell if it was opaque inside. They said it was clear, and it was. There must be a mine that's what you get. They're nice though once you get them cleaned up. And then I've got that one I bought. That'll have to go straight to I'll have to get that on a top shelf. That's going to be a nice one. That's nicer, probably nicer than anything I found. And something like that on eBay, if they did offer it on eBay to try to ship that, one of the crystals might break, or if the crystal might be loose, it might break loose. It might not ship well. It's really an interesting specimen. They're delicate, kind of. Like this one's not real delicate, but there's some little ones on it that are delicate. To ship something like that, they'd have to charge. They'd have to insure it and everything, and there's a chance it could break. Because the base of it's real thin. I hope it's okay in here. It seemed like it was solid enough to take home. I looked at it. But am I going to be able to get that home? Some of them look really delicate. And I decided that it would. If it didn't, make it. It's just 2 points. It's worth maybe, it's worth more as one whole piece than it is of the sum of its parts. Each point might be worth $60 though, but it wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't have the same effect. To me, that specimen is worth more than what I think they could have charged more for it. Maybe it's a nice specimen. I thought it was a good value, I guess. It's an interesting small specimen. Some people don't want a great big huge thing that's going to take up their whole shelf. They want a small interesting one. Yeah, these numbers are going up. Okay, it's getting cold. Turn the heat back on. Hopefully I've got a couple clusters that are worth displaying. The one that I dug at the place I didn't care much for, that there might be some material in there that it might be kind of delicate. I'll have to be careful cleaning it. It might be nice stuff in there. I can't tell what I got. Might be nice material. Most of the people that went on the truck with us, they dug in the piles. The truck driver dug some. I was with him for a little while, and then I left. I got what I wanted and left. I was afraid that the clusters I got, I don't know if it's a valid fear or not. They look like nice clusters, but I'm afraid they might fall apart when I clean them. The sandstone is kind of soft. Crystals are just like the way it looks is might fall apart. So I got some. I took what I exposed, and I didn't see any other areas to dig. I kind of ran into a pocket, and it might actually be a nice pocket I found. I took what I found and I left. I kind of thought, well, let's go see what else there is. I mean, it might actually be the best stuff that I found there at that mine. And I might actually like it. I might say, yeah, this is good stuff. I don't know what it looks like on the inside. They've got dirt on them. I might say, geez, maybe I better go back next year and get some more. But I didn't like being left there like that. I almost got left there for another 2 hours. I didn't particularly like that. And you got to carry everything around with you. And people leave things behind. Somebody left gloves. They were all wet, so it was from the day before. So I took them. I thought you might need some gloves, because my hands were starting to get. Somebody made a comment that you can really cut your hands on that, and I realized later that I was starting to get some of those cuts. It's the kind of damage you get when you do concrete, but they're paper cuts, kind of. It's just from repeatedly. Sooner or later you get one. The first day I didn't get any, but then by the second day I started noticing. I got a cut right here on this finger, and it's starting to. I got some nicks on my knuckles and stuff like that. It's sharp. Some points of those crystals are. Some of them are pretty sharp. So if you do that for more than a day or two, probably a good idea to get gloves, but then you lose that sense of feel. That's the thing. If you pick something up and you have gloves on, you're not going to be able to tell what it is by the feel of it. If it feels smooth, you got the surface of a crystal. Even though it's covered with dirt, you can feel that.